Hello everyone, welcome to Yadnya Investment Academy. Today we will talk about Gold Monetization Scheme, which was launched by Government of India in November 2015. The objective of this scheme, GMS as it is called, is intended to mobilize gold held by households and institutions, especially temples, and facilitate its use for productive purposes, and in the long run to reduce countries' reliance on import of gold. As you may know, India is the largest importer of gold in the world, and also by government estimates almost 20,000 tons of gold is lying in households as well as temples. So how does this scheme work? Currently, we keep our gold in either bank locker or at our home. So gold lying in the locker or home appreciates in value as the gold prices go up, but it doesn't pay you any regular interest or dividend. On the contrary, you incur carrying cost on it, like bank locker charges or psychological pressure to protect your gold at home. Now with monetization scheme, you have three benefits. First, you earn regular interest on your gold over and above the appreciation value. Second, you save your carrying cost. Third, you save lot on the tax as there is no capital gain or tax on interest in this scheme. We will talk about all these features in detail in a while. So, monetization scheme is basically a gold savings account which will earn interest for the gold that you deposit in it. Now we will discuss about the key features of this scheme. The first is eligibility. The scheme is only available for resident Indians. Individuals, HUF, trusts and companies can make deposit under the scheme. Minimum and maximum deposit. Minimum 30 gram of 995 fineness of raw gold is required to be deposited, and there is no maximum limit under the scheme. Term of deposit. You need to deposit your gold for minimum 1 year. There are two types of deposits which government has proposed under this scheme. First are short-term bank deposit, which are of the tenure between 1 to 3 years. Short-term deposits are managed by the bank themselves. Their terms and condition and interest rate are completely dependent on each bank's policy. So it may differ from bank to bank. Also, the redemption can be either in rupee or in gold. Whereas the second type of deposit, medium and long-term government deposits, are of the tenure of 5 to 7 years for medium term and 12 to 15 years for long term. These deposits will be accepted by the bank on behalf of the central government. So the central government decides all the terms and conditions and the interest rate of these deposits. And redemption of this deposit will only be in INR equivalent of the value of gold. So the redemption will not be given in the gold. So the question comes, how to verify the purity of the gold which you have. So you can take your gold in any form to government recognized collection and purity testing center, which are called CPTC. There are currently 48 such centers across India. You may find the list on Finance Ministry website, and they will assess the gold in front of you and provide you with a certificate on purity and also the gold content in the jewelry which you have provided to them. Now we will discuss the most important feature of this scheme, that is the rate of interest which you will get over and above the appreciation value of the gold. For short-term deposits, the designated banks are free to fix the interest rate. Like for example, in SBI currently, the current interest rate are 0.5% per annum for 1 year, 0.55% for 2 years and 0.60% for 3 years. So these are the interest rates you will earn over and above the appreciation value of your gold. For medium term gold deposits, the central government has currently fixed a rate of interest of 2.25% per annum. And for long term, the central government has fixed a rate of interest of 2.5% per annum currently. These two rates of interest can be changed by central government at any time and will be notified by RBI from time to time. Now let's understand this interest rate working with an example. Let's take a hypothetical example of a person called Arun who deposited 100 gram of gold at rupees 3000 per gram in medium term gold deposit in 2016. So basically he deposited 3 lakh worth of gold in 2016. Now if he redeems the amount after 7 years when the gold price has shot up to rupees 6,000 per gram. So in 2023 his 100 gram of gold is worth rupees 6 lakh, which means he earned almost 10.4% per annum of returns. Now under GMS scheme, he will also earn some interest over and above his appreciation, which is at 2.25% on his principal for 7 years, which comes out at rupees 6472. So Arun's total corpus becomes the sum of appreciation value as well as the interest he earned, which is 6,6472, which gives him higher rate of return of 11.6%. Now let's discuss other important features of this scheme. Tax implication is another very important benefit of this scheme. There is no capital gain tax under this scheme on the gold price appreciation, and also the interest which you earn is exempted from income tax. These tax benefit makes this scheme much attractive to keeping the physical gold at home or in lockers. Now let's discuss about the lock-in in this scheme. For short-term deposit, the lock-in is up to the bank's discretion. For medium-term deposit, the minimum lock-in is 3 years. For long-term, the minimum lock-in is 5 years. You cannot redeem your amount before these lock-in periods. There is a penalty for premature withdrawals as well. For short-term deposit, it is up to the bank's discretion to determine the amount of the penalty. For medium-term deposit, if you take out the money between 3 to 5 years, then there is a penalty of 0.375% on the applicable interest rate. Similarly, if you take out money between 5 to 7 years, then there is a penalty of 0.25% on the applicable rate, which means if we consider the current rate of interest of 2.25% of medium term deposit and take out money between 3 to 5 years, then the applicable rate will be 1.875%. And if we take out between 5 to 7 years, then the applicable rate will be 2%. Similarly, for the long term, if we take out money between 7 to 12 years, then there is a penalty of 0.375% on the applicable rate. Similarly, if we take out money between 12 to 15 years, then there is a penalty of 0.25% on the applicable rate. In order to make this scheme more attractive for the bank, the government has proposed a 2.5% commission for the banks, out of which 1.5% can be used as a handling charge, which includes purity testing, refining, transportation, etc., and 1% as the pure commission. Now the question comes, what will the banks as well as the central government do with this gold? For short-term deposits, banks can sell or lend the gold to MMTC, which is a Metals and Minerals Trading Corporation of India, a state-owned organization, for minting India gold coins. They can also give it to jewelers or to other banks who are participating in GMS scheme. For medium and long-term gold deposit, the central government will auction the gold deposits by MMTC or any other agency. We will further discuss about how to open a GMS account as well as discuss the pros and cons of GMS scheme in detail in our upcoming video. Hope you understand the working of GMS scheme as well as the key features. If you have any question, please do write in the comment section below and wait for the next part of this video. Till then, have a great time ahead.